We're back into it. We're back at it. We back in this bitch. Oh my God. I've been slipping. I haven't released an episode, I think. I have dates. What in the fuck do you want? I'm kidding. It's not a JamalRahal podcast if animals aren't regularly harassing me. May 20th. How long ago was that? Jesus Christ. I go to my watch to see what my calendar is. May 20th. Oh my God. It's been 5 years, you guys. It's only been a week. It's fine.
Need the phone to identify where I am.
Exactly. It's only been a week, but I've been gone for too long. This one's gonna come out Thursday, so it's gonna be immediate turnaround.
Good.
Oh my God. But I'm here. I'm back at it. I'm here with Rachael McMilen. Everybody give it up for her. No, fuck you, sir. Okay.
Yeah, okay, that's good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But yeah, dude. Oh, my God. Thank you so much. You're such a wonderful host. She just had a table filled with candy, Chinese food, and beer and Red Bull. And I'm just like, I didn't know I died before I got back here because I'm like, I don't know. I feel so at peace. There's kitties here.
That's Nim.
Oh, my God. I love it.
The mother and me. That's right.
Are you a mother, really?
I am a mom.
How many children do you have?
That I know of, I have two.
I would hope you know.
You
have two. That's adorable.
5 years sober. 5 years sober.
5 years sober?
Yeah.
Wowzers. That is wild.
It's wild when you think about it, yeah.
Mm-hmm,
but it feels like a blink to me. So I'm like, okay, now I have a pulse. I'm working. I'm an adult. I'm doing things that normal people do in society.
Mm-hmm.
And most people just do.
Right. I mean, man, that year I was sober, it was just like, man, I remember that aha moment when I was just sitting down and just like, oh my God, why do bad things keep happening to me? I'm like, oh, it's my fault. I'm sitting there in like this drug counseling, like class, whatever the hell. And it's just like, I'm sitting here with like other people like dealing with things. And it's like, I'm there with other drunks. Some people are meth addicts. There was just drunks and meth addicts. I don't know how we got roped into that group. But yeah, no, I'm just sitting there just depressed out of my mind. And I'm sitting there, it's like, oh, this is my fault. No one else brought me here but me. And then like going through it, I was just like, I didn't realize I just was ignoring a whole part of myself and like my mental health and stuff. You know what I mean? So it's like people are always like, would you recommend being sober? I'm like, hey, a lifetime of it. I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying, if you want to get some things right in your life, probably being a little clear-headed might help.
I'm all like, do you like having your belongings? Because if you do, then you want me sober.
Right. Exactly. I don't know, man. When I was wild, and I just didn't give a shit. I was just like, I just loved, what is it? It was like, I'm sad. Let me just get hammered. I'm happy. Let me get hammered. I'm bored. Let me get hammered. If I'm driving, let's get hammered. Like, you know what I mean?
That's right. I was just like, I think I just like woke up one day, had my wisdom teeth pulled. It was like the first time I had pain pills, I think. And I remember, the swallow, and my mom kind of looked at me and she's like, I think I have to hide this pill bottle. And
right.
But fast forward to like, college years and stuff. And then after college years and having a C-section, ironically, maybe I can speak about this on, I don't care, on,
You can.
And
I would say put the mic a little closer to your
on
mouth
my,
like that.
on
There
my
you
mouth.
go.
There, that's much better.
See how wonderful you sound?
You're so smart.
So you just got cut open.
I just got cut open, and and I didn't know who the father was. Mm-hmm. That's sort of par for the course of being an addict sometimes, at least in my story. And it was like, graduate college, have baby, and don't know who the dad is. There was 3 options that I wanted, but the last option that I wanted was the one. And I remember pain medication, and I remember like not being able to like come off of the pain medication. And he probably won't want me to speak about it. I've never really spoken about it.
You can talk about whatever the fuck you want on here. It's called Cover It All with whatever.
He was like, I was Tina and he was Ike. Like it was the first night we moved into our home. I decided to tell him, the father of my child, a month after Christian, my firstborn, was born, that he was the dad. And we did a paternity test, and it came up like, unfortunately 99.9%. And
you hear that? That guy was the father.
He is the father. I wish was. No. And then, we did the thing that Republican Christian families do. We got
We gonna
married.
try to make it work.
We tried to make it work. The first time, we lived with my parents, we lived with his parents, and then we decided to buy a home. And it was like, okay, you're gonna carry me over, and then later on that evening, after we moved everything in, we're gonna make love.
Of course.
Naturally, and put the baby, 18 months at the time, to bed or in another room. And he said, so we got to fight a quarrel about me wanting to have sex. And my face was unrecognizable by the end of it. And the cops were called.
Jesus Christ.
And I was working at a family law firm with my uncle. Yeah. And, he wasn't welcome to the law firm. No, I didn't. They're like, you have to press charges, and
Absolutely.
I couldn't do it.
Oh yeah, I mean, like those people who have like those bonds, like you have those bonds with, like it's just, it always is like
I'm
the thing.
Stupid ride or die.
That's the thing. Yeah. With anybody that you share that bond with, especially it's like father of your child and everything like that. It's like those kinds of relationships, no matter how fucking awful, are like the hardest ones to get rid of. And like, you know what I mean? It's just like they have that weird deep bond that like those hooks in you, you know what I mean, that you can only get. And like people who will like be willing to admit it. It's like, yeah, dude, like there's always those people that's just like they got their hooks in me. Yeah. You know, and it's like no matter what worse, you're just like, why do I let this happen? You know what I mean? Even at the most like extreme cases like that, you know? Yeah. So it's like God damn.
I was raised adopted, and so when I had Christian, it was like, this is it. This is my bloodline.
Right. See, yeah, and there's always layers that go into it like that. Yeah. The dots cross up. They line up. I see it.
So then we had our second son, because that's natural after you get physically abused. You're like, let's do it again.
Absolutely. But maybe this one.
Well, then I said to him, like, look, you obviously like hitting me, so let's put him up for adoption. Like,
how did you get from A to B?
It's like,
I thought you were going to be like, hey, bro, you like hitting me. Why don't you try hitting it? Like,
right,
no, I thought that's how you got pregnant again. I thought that's where you're going. Jesus.
Why don't we try it like anal? Like, that is my love language. Or at least it is now.
That's awesome.
So.
That's tight, dude.
It's like, or pull out? What the fuck? Because when I found out I was pregnant too, it was like I was 5 months in. He could have been all the things, you know, you can't take the chromosome tests. Right. And since I was really actually adopted, I didn't want to give the baby up for adoption. Right. Because I just, and abortion wasn't an option for me because it was just like too deep. Right. And God, it's weird talking about it.
It's all cool. I guess I'm so used to talking about all my crazy. I've like bore my soul a billion times in this thing because like I do like episodes by myself. I remember one dude came up to me one of the nights I was hosting Liberty, and he's like, "Hey man, like when I saw you posted about hosting Liberty, I actually checked your profile out and I saw your podcast. I was like, man, it's real brave of you to talk about the stuff you do." And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? What have I said on this goddamn show? So it's, you know, what is it? Sometimes, I mean, if it's got to be with JamalRahal, the first time you're like, man, I never really said this shit out loud before. It's like, that's tight. That's like one of the greatest things.
Well, sometimes when you say it out loud, people look at you like, I mean, I'm in recovery now, so I don't hold back.
No, don't worry. I'm gonna get at the point where I'm like, all right, now let's take you as you are. Like, you know, that's why this is longer than where we at, where it's longer than 9 minutes. You know what I mean? I'm like, well, that has been Rachel. That is cool.
She's dope as fuck.
Dude, this chick is tight. She knows how to party.
That's right.
she's a
used to know how to party, bitch. Man. And like it got to the point where I was arrested so many times because after pills came heroin. The pizza guy came over one day after the husband left when I was like, when I had Thomas was 1 month old, and he took off for his best friend's girl, and so it's very, you know, like it's just yeah. This is what I graduated college for. Thanks, Mom and Dad.
Jesus. Yeah. And how old are you during all this?
24, 25.
Man.
Like right in the prime of like, I want to fuck everything and do all the drugs I can.
Right, absolutely.
But let's have kids instead. And that's when it started for me, you know?
Yeah.
So instead of actually taking, you know, ownership of my then adult what I was just thrown into motherhood, right? I decided to just take a lot of drugs instead.
I mean, that's not the most absurd thing I've ever heard in my life. I'm pretty sure there's plenty of other stories that have happened similarly to that. Like, yeah, man, motherhood, but then drugs. I don't know. Little column A, little column B. Yeah.
And so the pizza guy comes over. He's a friend of mine. I got to go get the stuff. It's brown, whatever. I was like, I am out of Lorcet. So he gets back to the house. He's nodding out. He's like, I'm going to put this in the Visine bottle. I promise. All you do is take a little snort. You're going to be fine.
Jesus.
Tomorrow you're going to start taking Lorcets again. But for now, this 20 is going to get you through. And when I took that first hit, it was just like, that's it.
That is crazy.
So I'm like,
what was it? So as soon as you did that, I was like, I'm not the one who's so far away when I feel the snake bite into my bed. Right? Is that what happened?
It was like that. It burned a little bit more than that, though, dude. I was like, oh, this is, I don't know what this taste is, but I'm going to get used to it.
Yeah, that's like me and cocaine.
That's right. And So then I was what you called like the mom who burglarized homes with her kids in the car.
That's tight.
It was
dog.
fucking wild, dude.
You're the one we're gonna make a movie about after this.
I hope so.
Jesus,
that'd be cool. Whitney Cummings could play my
that'd be pretty tight. Actually, that'd be pretty tight. Oh my god.
So like I'd overdose, and the baby would be like barely walking, and the ex-husband, baby daddy was not there, and it was like, hey, I've got toilet paper for Lorcets. Hey, I was just hustling to.
Right, like your motivation.
I robbed everybody, and then I walked in the pawn shop with my kids and just like waved to the camera, like, if you were me, fuck you.
Man. No fucks given.
No
But
fucks given.
That's the power of crazy drugs like that, though. Honestly, because it's just like, bro, I don't care what A to B is. I just know A is gonna be what I do, and B is gonna be me getting my shit.
That's right.
Right? Wild.
It's weird too. Like I always, like I played soccer. I played soccer in college. I played on a full ride, all the things. And like you, I've heard I minored in theater. So theater was my thing. That's kind of how it's easier to get on stage now. Like it sort of like hits you where you're like, oh yeah, that's right. I can act through this or whatever.
Right.
And just tell my story. So I don't really have stage fright, but like I grew up like just, I grew up where my dad's a pilot, right? We flew all over the world. He lived in Korea, we lived in Japan, and he would roll up to elementary school in a Rolls Royce and pick me up when he was home. So it was like, and then I'm on the other side, like hitting licks and getting shit in Fifth Ward.
Hell yeah.
From my drug dealer. Like the traditional story, your drug dealer is your best friend. She really was. She was Angela, I remember going to rehab.
Shouts out Angie.
Angie, if you're there. Do you got anything, man? Remember that scratch? I've seen, oh, God bless. I remember sometimes like doing, she was like, here's meth. And I was like, oh, meth and heroin. Yeah. And then,
I need to feel even, goddammit. I need to feel the highest high and the lowest.
Because it would get you so down. I was taking like 30 Lorcets a day.
Jesus.
And I was taking a 50 of heroin a day. And on a good day, I would get an 8-ball and say the fuck away from my 8-ball. Like I didn't party, and I didn't party with anybody.
Oh yeah, party of one, army of one.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Bjork,
Well, the kids are in the car.
Army. I mean, the kids in the car. You got
with
your
the kids in the car. Hell yeah. Army of one and 2 stragglers. You guys are holding me back, man. Come on.
Oh, that's right. Well, I mean, I loved having him. It was like, at that time, I'm like, what, am I going to leave him at home? That's fucking crazy.
And he's like, what was I supposed to do? Just leave him? I'm not a monster like they shit, father.
Someone's got to breastfeed these kids.
I don't know what it is about drugs that makes everyone sound like that. You know what I mean? Even when I'm like blackout drunk, I'm just sitting there, get the fuck off me. I swear to God. You know what I mean? Everyone sounds like that. It's crazy. You know, like, really everyone sounds like Chef's mom from South Park. I gave him $3.50. Like, yes, that's that voice, but I don't know why. It's just that crackhead voice is like, oh my God, that's how drug addicts talk, at least in my mind. You know what I'm talking about?
I just hear, bitch, better have my money. Like Rihanna over and over and over.
See,
Like, what
She's
are you
a
talking
stoner.
about? What money?
She's a stoner. You're fronting, bro. Get at me when you on heroin, Rihanna.
Right. That might have done her some good because she got hit hard.
I totally forget about that. Holy shit. That is hilarious.
Chris
that was
Brown.
good.
Yeah.
I think it's funny. I mean, just like the second recovering addict I've had on here also just loves dark humor. Shouts out Ben Daniel.
Yes. I like me some Vin Daniel. I've had to like
good old BD.
Good old yeah. He invited me to do my first show some months ago, and we show up, and it's like, I want to say a illegal poker room.
Sounds about right.
It's pretty dark. I mean, it's like I don't even know if I would buy drugs there when I was using.
Right. Like it just gets you out so much, man. I don't even think
like,
fucked
do
up
not
me.
bring a black light in this fucking place.
Bro, let me be like, hell, I'm not going to this disgusting place.
I was like, okay, I guess I'm at this stage in my life. I'm gonna leave now.
Mm-hmm, right.
But
I recognize rock bottom when I fucking see it.
And then you see Will's like, I'll fucking do comedy anywhere.
Absolutely.
Like,
we having fun.
We having fun.
Absolutely, yes.
God bless. So, and then, yeah, like when I would, I don't know, show up in the hospital, I've showed up in the hospital often, right? Like I remember one party I went to, it was a friend of mine, she was having a baby, so I took her promethazine and her like I would always go through people's cabinets.
Yeah.
Always.
Right. That is so, yeah, you were that friend.
Yeah. I was like, oh yeah, you're having a baby? Fuck yeah, I'll come to that party.
Housewarming party, awesome. Honey, why do we have less furniture than when we started? I don't know, baby. I can't keep track of shit.
Did you see Rachel? She walked out with a big screen TV in her back.
Dude, that method is strong. That skinny bitch is strong.
Seriously.
I saw her deadlift a sofa by herself.
I would be like, look, you blink in the eyes with it on
with
her
her
back
babies in
and
the other arm.
That's
That
right.
bitch is badass.
Shit. Steal for bread. No, steal for my habit. I showed up in the hospital, and they were like, yes, it's food poisoning. It's food poisoning. It's food poisoning. I would just overdose, and I was like, it's food poisoning. It's food poisoning. It's food poisoning.
just my heart stopped. It's like, nah, dog. I just had some Mickey D's. I feel too bad. Nah, it's Mickey D's. That's what it is. My heart didn't stop, dog. You tripping?
I just gave my kids some McDonald's, and I snorted it.
Yeah,
it was fucked up, man. It was that kind of a day. Wild ride. Woo. And then so when I actually got arrested for a burglary of habitation. I was dating a prosecutor in Harris County.
Oh, you're about to say I was dating a prostitute in Harris County. It was like, all the plot thickens. But no, it's just, it was like, could you imagine just a male prostitute being like, bitch, I'm out here making this lick, okay? I'm out here with a real job. You out there stealing from your friends. Get your shit together. But no, so your prosecutor friend.
My prosecutor friend. And, it's still in... we lived in Heights at the time, off 34th.
That's where I live.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's ironic. So I stole from you, probably, if you were there in 2010. I definitely stole from your house.
Yeah, man, I remember being 15 in 2010, yeah.
So I may have stole your lunch money. Damn.
The cat is like obsessed with my timer because I guess it's moving. So she's like, hell yeah, I like that. But go on.
She's like, any attention. This bitch doesn't give me any attention.
That's okay. Like I said, there's plenty of cats and dogs that have been featured on the podcast, and that's it's a constant. Oh yeah, you like that, don't you, bitch? Yeah. Anyways, so you're a prostituted friend.
My prostituted friend.
Yes,
because he sold himself to the DA's office.
To the system, man.
Which was interesting, like dating a prosecutor and being like a major felon. Like I would commit felonies every day.
That sounds like a 90s script. Like, you know what I mean? Like a dude, like he's like, it's just like the dude just like at a case or whatever, and you're like he's leaving, and you're just like, where is he going? Like, why is he in this like awful neighborhood? And he goes into his house real quick. And then he's hanging out with his girlfriend, and then he goes back to his regular life. So it's like, oh, that's what he does.
That's right.
That's totally like oh my God, dude, we're gonna make so much money off this story.
He was like lieutenant of the Navy. He's like passed the bar in Colorado and in Texas. I remember when we started dating, I was of course a waitress with my, it's the whole theme as a comedian, it seems these days, you graduate and then you become a waitress and not if you're doing. So I was waiting tables, and I had already picked up my first felony. I was on deferred probation, so I had a chance, I had an opportunity, but I picked up another felony because that's what we do.
Right.
And I remember he and I started dating, and we fell in love immediately, so I moved in with him. And I said, dude, are you going to get a job? Because he wasn't a prosecutor at the time. I just saw him playing video games and stuff. Super hot. Super. My only first love. Like, I really loved this guy.
That's tight.
And he was like, yeah, you know, I'm gonna take the Colorado bar. My family's there. I'll probably move there. But now that I've met you, I'm going to stay. And I said, cool. And I said, well, are you going to be a lawyer? Because you passed the test bar. He's like, yeah, I'm going to be a lawyer. So he's like, actually, I've applied at the DA's office in Harris County. I'm like, wow, that's great. Because I'm thinking so we're at Rudyard's. Months go by. He's getting ready to propose, and instead he pulls out. He's like, anything you want to tell me? And I'm like, I don't fucking know what. He's like, here's your mugshots. Why didn't you let me know? And I'm like, well, you know.
Yeah, what am I supposed to say?
What am I supposed to say? So that was it. Like, so fast forward, I picked up another felony. He was doing intake. My parents show up. The kids are in the car. I almost get child endangerment, obviously, right?
Yeah.
They dropped it. The judge was like, do you want to ruin this girl's life? She had a college degree.
Right.
And he stepped in
This
and
is
said,
clearly someone who just something just like spun this off the rails. Like, you know what I mean? Because, you know, for me, actually, it was like, I was like my whole life, like never got in trouble or anything like that. It was until like I just got out of high school and I just started being a regular person in the real world, like working or whatever. And I just that's how it happened. I waited way later to get in trouble. You know what I mean? So it's like we're late bloomers, you know?
well, I was a thief when I was 5.
That's tight, dude.
Like my preschool teacher calls up, Miss McMillen, we just want to say thank you. Oh, boy.
Jesus.
Yeah, your daughter just passed out your checkbook to the kids on the playground. Like, I just loved to steal all the time. I don't know if it's because, whatever. I
love stealing. I love taking things. I get that.
And now, I mean, like, obviously, I'm like, the quarter is not yours. Why? Because you'll get high. Not that I have to justify that, but it's just not a thing that I think about anymore. It's weird. But early,
it's reprogramming your thinking.
That's right.
That's what I mean. That's what growing
the
is.
aha moment. Yeah, when you grow up and have to make money, bitch.
I know, right. Right.
Yeah. So Lycos was the DA at the time, and Chris was assistant DA, and he hadn't been at the DA's office very long, but he had a good reputation, and she called him up to the office. Do you know this woman? She pulls out my rap sheet. Yes, ma'am, I do. What do you plan on doing?
Rachael McMilen?
Convicted felony burglary of habitation, child endangerment, McMillen. Yes, I do. That's my girlfriend. Well, what do you plan on doing about it? I plan on sticking by her. She needs help. So it was the first time I got into rehab. That guy threw me into rehab. My parents were always like, that's our name. We don't want our name to get loose. Like, it was okay that I was a felon, burglary of a habitation.
Yeah.
But when they started, when it was that I was an addict, my parents go, ooh. We don't want to be known as the McMillen family where our kids are drug addicts. But we don't mind if she's a
burglarizing
thief with her kids in the car is an obvious boo-boo. But if she's doing heroin, then that's exile.
I don't know. Yeah, it's just weird. It's just weird what labels people are all right with.
And this is how they said it. It's the McMillen name. And I'm like, fuck y'all, I'm adopted. Who cares?
I totally forgot about that part too. It's our name, the McMillens. It's like, dude, I'm Mexican, aren't I? Like, I'm fucking Mexican. I don't know what you're
I'm so much browner than y'all. You've known this.
Oh, Rachel.
Soccer?
You're dishonoring the McMillen name.
That's right.
What is... I don't know what voice I'm trying to do. But I'm just like, that's how absurd their thinking is how retarded I'm being right now. Isn't that right, little guy? Jesus.
Yeah. Addictions suck. And, I take it very seriously. Recently, one of our mutual friends in comedy was concerned, and I feel bad that she was concerned kind of now because I can look back in retrospect and say, well, someone who doesn't know what addiction is or hasn't had any awareness or just wants to know, I want to know if she's safe kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I take it so seriously. Like if it's anything mind altering, weed, pills. So recently I had the root canal and an abscess, and I had to take tramadol for it, and I really thought, oh, that's it.
Right.
A junkie like me is like,
No, absolutely. It's like
It's better than sex. It's better than my kids. It's better than actually having the cash to get the drugs. I love drugs.
Right. It's like I heard Steve-O say in a podcast. He's like, yeah, I can't do weed. It's like my weed bone's connected to my heroin bone.
That's right.
Yeah. So and some people just are like that, and like some people are like, I'm just straight edge. I just don't want to do it at all. And I'm like, I totally understand that thing because it's like once there's a leak, there's a flood.
That's right.
Right.
But I was able to actually kick it. And I did. I kicked it. I called my brother. I said, hey, man, this is going to be a thing. And I told my whole recovery, community. And then I told some people in comedy, and they were just like, okay, that sounds weird. And I'm like, right.
Right.
Y'all don't get it. You shouldn't have to understand. But the point is that I had a couple of days where I actually like sweat and sneezed and it sucked. And it was a good reminder of this is why I don't do drugs anymore.
Yeah. And I mean, and it's just that thing of just like people who stay in recovery. It's just like you're never fixed. You're just always working on it.
Oh, yeah. It's a disease of the mind.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, yeah. Fuck. It's crazy.
If there's anything to kill us, it will be our own minds. God damn it.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
We're at a good natural pause. We're going to take a little break, and we'll be right back for part 2. Okay.
Yeah.
So, like I said, we don't have to keep going on talking about your past, making you feel terrible about that. Let's like the Nirvana Says song, let's come as you are. What you up to now? Because, like, I mean, you're very, you're very friendly, but, just to be blunt, I don't know anything about you. I don't know you at all. You know what I mean? It's probably the most extended amount of time we've ever spent together, which is like, it's not a problem. Because, especially in comedy, you just meet new people, like, every day, all the time, and stuff like that. And it's just like, I don't know, where it was just some chick's name who was on the list, and then I'm just holding her while she's at the open mic, wanted to take a picture because she had a fun time at the mic, and then now, like, puts me on her show, and then now we're here chilling. So, you know what I mean? Like, life happens very fast in this scene.
I see that.
Mm-hmm. But it's like, so, I mean, like, when did you start comedy? Like, let's talk about that journey.
January 18th.
January 18th. That's tight.
How do you even, I don't know. I've always been the entertainer. Most humorous of my class. I've always been the person that just takes things to the extreme when it comes to, like, you guys roasting people, or like, I like to think outside the box of what norm is. So
I feel that.
Does that, like when I'm even bantering with my friends, they just kind of give me this look like, oh, that's so inappropriate to say. I'm like, but it's fucking funny.
Right.
But how do you piece it together when you go into comedy? It's like, this is a whole new stand-up comedy is very difficult.
Yeah. I mean, the way I like it is like, people who just like love performing, it's like a great wake-up call and a great eye-opening thing, because you go from, it feels like you're the funniest one in your friend group, and you go out there and realize, man, I ain't shit. And so it's a very humbling thing, and it's always encouraging you to do better and try harder, because like it's like that in most things in life. Like, I play music too, so it's like there's always going to be someone who's a more proficient guitarist or anything like that, and there's always going to be someone better at you than anything, but there's only one you, so it's like, that's what you got to focus on. It's like, all right, because like they say that thing about jealousy or whatever the fuck, it's like it's the only poison that taints the bottle it's like contained in, which is you. And then so it's like, so like with comedy, it's like, fuck, just humble yourself, realize you ain't shit, love yourself who you are. It's a constant balance of just like realizing I ain't shit, but I am the absolute best. Pay your dues. I
actually like showing up to a mic and sitting there and observing and listening and watching. I'll tell you, the first time I did that open mic, it was at Christian's Tailgate, and I was like, if I had to choose right now, if like someone was like, you won't relapse, you can do some heroin or you can do this, I would go with comedy. I've never felt so happy and grateful in my entire life. Comedy gives me something that accesses me to my higher power that I've never felt, and I'm like grateful to the community that I've now met, the friends that I've met. That's why when you walk into my house, I'm like, here, I'm gonna pay you dues and give you food for like coming into my home and letting me participate in someone who I admire's life, So and I've observed and I've watched, and maybe I have some favorites, but then I also hear someone say something that's completely new, do a little set, and I'm like, that was really funny. And it just, so it's sparking something in me that I've never felt before.
Right. Yeah.
I've never felt
You like,
before.
hey, I like this feeling. Let me chase this high rather than the other kind of highs I used to go for.
It's like, and it's so organic though. It's just it's like this pull that keeps you want to come back in. So yeah, and then during the day I work as a paralegal, and I work at a litigation firm. I actually have been a paralegal since I told you, I was working at a family law firm. My uncle's firm. He was like, okay, obviously you're pregnant and you're going to have this baby, so we need to make sure that you have a trade. So we're going to make you get your certificate as a paralegal at U of H. And then fast forward now, after being in the penitentiary for 13 months and getting sober for 5 years, I got accepted to law school.
Badass.
And then I found comedy.
Hell yeah.
was
Only
like,
bars
Joe-
we hitting up is the bar exam, dog. And wherever the open mic's at.
And wherever the open mic is at. So I play with the kids. I don't know. Whatever. I feel like there's different variables in comedy. There's people do an open mic, people do headlining a show, people produce shows, people
You get a spot in a showcase, or you're just doing a podcast.
everything, or you do a podcast.
You're helping someone with a sketch, like
or
you know
you're
what
writing
I mean?
every day. So there's so much to entertain my mind. That's like, I'm like, I'm almost obsessed with who can I talk to? Who do I know that will, everyone that I meet inspires me in comedy in Houston.
Yeah. What I like about comedy is that it's like, from what I see, the people who are like the most funny, the people I like the most, like I see them just them being their just most genuine, like just really being in touch with themselves. And that's what I think I like about comedy, because it's like, let me just get into touch with what truly I like, what makes me laugh, and this and that. It just like kind of like makes you just, not a lot of things make you want to dig in yourself more and think about okay, I got to be self-aware. I got to see like what makes me laugh, and it's like joking about the darker stuff and just getting through it. Vulnerability was a big thing, because at some point, like, of course, people are always going to be able to like hurt your feelings in any way, but God damn it, it gets a little harder every time, because you're just bearing your soul. And it's just like, I don't know, like I said, it's such a good, humbling thing. I was a very arrogant bastard, and I still can be. You know what I mean? But it's like, you know what I mean?
I feel like you have you've laid some groundwork though to be able to say that though, Jamal. I feel like you've been in the comedy scene for a long time now.
Not that long.
How long?
It'll be 4 years in August.
That's
this
pretty
year.
long. That's like,
It's like almost 4 years in
That's
August.
like 4 years. That's my sobriety there.
I suppose, yeah. I don't know. Oh, yeah, I guess it was also like sometimes whenever I'm just hanging out with people, I'm just like, man, I've known you for like 3 years now. And they're like, oh, yeah. It's wild.
And so all your friends have become comedians, or
I've just, like when you listen to like famous comedians podcasts, they say like, oh, yeah, like the cool stuff is like when you first start and you finally start finding people that like you're just like you can be friends with, and it's cool, and you got yourself a little clique and stuff, and it's like absolutely, like I have that. I have like people I'm like genuinely friends with, and then there's just like comedy, just peers and stuff like that. But yeah, that little group of comedian friends is the absolute best. Like, you know what I mean? You're like, God damn it! Like, I don't know. It's a mix of like people I started with and just like new people I think are dope. Like,
Yeah.
It's kind of like that.
I
don't know. Just find you can, it's just like at the end of the day, it is all to get better at performing, writing, and all that stuff. Comedian, yeah, absolutely do all that, but also, enjoy like the social aspect of it, the things that come with it. Because some people do kind of like just like get lost in just like the hang in the social aspect and forget, hey, we're here to write jokes or do stuff, right? Like,
right.
but like. But like, just like, no, I'm just like super appreciative of just like, one, I get to go out there and just like make fun of myself and be humbled every day. And just like, it's because I mean, like, man, if no one can make you feel down, no one can bring you down, there's only way to go but up,
That's right.
And then you're around just like people who are just like, inspire you. And like, you know what I mean? And oh my God, being around people that are better at things than you is just always keeping you working, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I love that shit. It's like just like every day I'm just around people who are better at me at certain things and everything like that.
Ping pong ball when I go out.
Right. Absolutely. And so it's like it's always room to grow. It's dope.
It is, yeah.
And I'm happy to like start doing this at like Well, like working on myself so much and like growing as much as I can at 26. I don't have to worry about it when I'm 46. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, you've got to get some good headway.
Trying to.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Like, you know, after a great show, somebody's like, hey, man, you want to bump? I'm like, absolutely. And all of a sudden it's 5 a.m. Don't make me wrong. I still have those days. I'm a human goddamn being. But I'll still come home at 7 a.m., walk my puppies, feed them, give Buddy, my beagle, his little allergy pill, 'cause, you know, he got allergies, but you know what I mean? And then I'll walk him, and then I'll pass out for like 5 hours and wake up at 1 p.m. because they need to walk again, those bastards.
It is interesting to be like not the one drinking at the party though. Like it hits midnight and I'm like, I gotta go home.
Yeah, I've been. I remember like one of the first parties I ever attended when I was like super fucking sober and was like getting really new into it. Mm-hmm. It was like just like all of my like awesome comedy friends. You know what I mean? I won't say any names because they are doing everything. Like there's weed, shrooms, coke, and there's just a bunch of alcohol, and I'm just like, God damn it, I want to have so much fun. And I'm just sitting there. All I could do is I'm pounding topos, and I was never really a cigarette guy ever in my life. But then like once I had nothing else, I just needed something. I'm like, God damn it, I love a good menthol cigarette. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So all I would do is just pound topos and just chain smoke cigarettes, and like it felt good to know I was still a good hang.
Yeah.
Thank God. But yeah, no, that first party was rough.
Oh yeah, well I mean the best part, I started vaping when I got sober, and then I started enjoying sex again. You know, it was
That's
like,
tight. That's good to know,
rock
man.
and roll.
I know. You know what's funny? It was like when I was starting to be sober, other people who have like started to be sober like complain of the same thing. It's like I don't know about you, man. I just feel like in all aspects of my life, I feel a little numb. And I'm like, I feel that. I felt that because like there was a while where I guess I was just such in a groove and just really just I was such in a flow of everything, and then and I don't know, I was just like working on myself so much I just didn't have time to just emote too much. I was just really just neutral a lot of the times, you know what I mean? I could be energetic and happy on stage, but I can go back to even really quick, like, you know, just okay. And if I was upset, I'm just like, hey, let me just deal with it, process it, and I'm like go back to being okay. You know what I mean? I was pretty good at being even. I was like, it was a little boring though. And then like I would still smash all that. I'm kidding. But like, thankfully, like my libido wasn't too effective when I was with another person. But it was like I don't really feel like jerking it no more, dog. Like you can't touch yourself. How can you touch other people if you can't even touch yourself?
That's funny.
You know what I mean? I don't know. But then I guess because I don't know. And then at some point, like once the probation was just nearing the ending was near, like I was done August 2020. So
dang.
Yeah, so it was a very recent thing.
Oh my gosh.
You know what I mean? And fuck. And one thing I've always liked to tell people is that like, yeah, just because you have a goal to meet and stuff like that doesn't mean it's going to automatically unlock happiness, because there's always life right after that
That's
moment.
right.
And that's what I like made sure I remembered, because then it was a lot to do.
Like at the bow and arrow of your engine needs to be fixed or something, you know?
It was a lot. Yeah, there's always a lot to do, and like it just kept me busy, and it was just like, God damn.
Or coronavirus is gonna hit.
Well, and that's the thing. It's like, yeah, coronavirus. You know what's funny is I always tell people I was so busy being on probation so much, like taking all these stupid classes, the fucking. I say class. A lot of them were classes, and then some was just straight up drug group counseling.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? And then I had to go to AA, like a lot. And then I had to work at a bar, and I was a sober bartender, which was fucking annoying. Yeah, like comics addicts love working at fucking bars and shit.
Yeah.
What else can we do to make money, right?
Right.
And and I was still trying to do comedy, because I still hosted the mics and then like the regular show. And then, but I would miss out on a lot of awesome weekends and stuff, because I was a bartender. I needed to work Fridays, and I was just busy. I never stopped, never slept. It was terrible. And I prayed to God, like, can the world just like take a break for a second? Because I need a break. I'm driving myself crazy. And then, and then coronavirus happened. And then that March 2020, when I didn't have to go to work anymore, and I was like, what? They gave me like a little bit of a check. There was like, hey man, go out there, go apply for unemployment, goddammit. But since I wasn't drinking, I saved so much money and stuff. So I was just like, okay, first 2 weeks of that like March, I just slept, man. That's all I did was sleep, and just I was at peace. Like it was perfect. Like God gave me my break.
That's right.
It was amazing. And then so it was like I did get a little bit of fucking pressure taken off. I still had to fucking like do drug tests and go to AA and stuff. Like, figured it out afterwards. But it's just being patient. It fucking and like, it's like when people get to their like to like their 1 year mark or like to the year marks, they always say it's like that month or two or right before that date is always like the fucking hardest.
It is the hardest.
And that's how I felt the whole time. I had to stay strong throughout that whole fucking time.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it was like, they're
White
not really drug testing me right now. I could get away with it and be clean and like a this or that. I'm like, no.
That's how I relaxed.
I remember like that New Year's, like there was parties and stuff, and everyone's like, come through, dog. And I'm like, I'm not gonna lie, guys, I can't trust myself. So I just stayed home and ate a pizza and just watched fucking like King of the Hill or something. Which wasn't the most sad existence ever. It's super awesome actually, but it was just like I just knew better. No shit, I fucking love doing that. Hey man, how come you didn't come out tonight? Because I was staying at home eating pizza and just fucking off. I don't know. I'm like, what do you want from me? No, but like I just knew it was just like, I can't trust myself. Like this shit matters more. Like me getting loaded this one moment is not gonna fucking make up for the headache I'm gonna have to put up with later. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And then once I got free, feel great. Still felt great.
Yeah.
Didn't wanna get too brave about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I remember one dude in my AA group, and he was like, "Don't rest on your laurels," and I was
Right.
like, "I don't speak Spanish."
That's right.
They did not think that shit was funny.
I think it's hilarious.
They hated that so much. I remember there was these two guys. They were about to get into a fucking fist fight
Yeah.
at an AA meeting. It was like this old.
Oh yeah.
It was
They're idiots.
It was like this old black guy.
Not all of them.
Loved him. They're not. But it's like this. Like we're all here. It's a fucking. AA is therapy. We're in the middle of therapy. Tensions are high. Like, you know what I mean?
That's right.
What I used to love about it actually was everyone going around in a circle. Everyone get their 5 minutes, and I'd be like, yo, that guy crushed his set, bro.
That's right.
Like, but there was this guy. He was this old gentleman. His name was Winfred, and he had his fucking speech down tight. He was like, "Hi, my name's Winfred. I'm not here because my God's good. I'm not here because I'm good, but because my God is great, and I'm only here because the power of Alcoholics Anonymous." And
Right.
every time, and that dude was just like so into it. Oh my God, he was the best. He was like, "I see you, little man." I'm like, "You're the best, dude. Hell yeah." And there was this other gentleman, hopefully doing great. I haven't seen them since I did not go, anymore, because I'm not. No. But what are you doing now? You're still doing comedy and hammered. I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm actually in better shape than I was. But, and then there was this other guy who was just like, he was having a little problems with it. He had himself a little relapse. He was like halfway done getting into his new year. Like, you know what I mean? So it was fine. And apparently they had gotten to a disagreement over like, hey man, you shouldn't be so mean to this new white chick. And it's like, there's always white women tearing apart black men, which I hate. And but that's the story for another day. And I remember he was like, "I think you need to apologize to that young woman, Winfrey. And I think you need to finish the steps before you try talking to me, motherfucker." And he was just like, "We could take this shit outside." And I just wanted so bad to be like, fellas, let's just squash this shit over a beer. Like,
That's right.
we getting all worked up over this white bitch. Like, what is that? I don't know, man. But yeah, it was so ridiculous. I remember like one woman though, she said one of the most beautiful things I've ever heard. Like, it was, she was just in the middle of her just like thing. She was talking and she was like, glow stick don't glow until you break it. And then everyone in that group was like, oh shit. And I remember I tweeted
They just
it.
start snapping.
I swear I tweeted it and I was just like, damn, bitch, you didn't have to hit me that hard. So I don't know. Hey, it's great. It's awesome. It's crazy. Just like life. You can always get fucking great things out of everything, but everything's still fucking nuts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Jesus.
I was told the first when I get out, well, I did 13 months flat in 2017 in the state penitentiary. They're like, you better hit when you get released within the first 24 hours, you better go to a meeting. And my brother picked me up. I was surprised that anybody did, right? Because you get literally, I was in the penitentiary,
right?
And I get out and there.
I thought y'all forgot about me out there.
Oh, brother! So he get in the car and he's like, "What do you want to eat?" I said, "I got to go to an AA meeting, man." That was it. It was like,
what do you want to eat? The program.
I want to eat.
I mean, I totally get that because I've heard people like say that like in meetings and stuff. Where it's like I assume like I need to because it's like that structure most definitely helps so much. And like for me, around where I was, meetings were at like 12 and 6 or whatever. And so it's just like it gave me like something to look forward to, something to do actually. Like just a little bit of fucking structure just went a long way.
Yeah.
And giving yourself something to be accountable for.
Do you work the steps?
Absolutely not. It's like this, bro. Like I know it's fucked. I know it's fucked. And maybe this is what is gonna keep me on my bullshit.
Yeah.
Is that I can't fuck up ever again because I'm being so adamant. I'm like, no. When I got in trouble, I was just.
What'd you get in trouble for?
I had 2 DWIs. The second one, I chopped down a tree with my car. No, actually, no, that was my first one. That was my first one.
Jamal.
First one, it was like the first 2 weeks. Of
Sounds
me
pretty manageable. No, I'm just kidding.
I know, right? It was the first 2 weeks of me owning this fucking damn
with
car.
an axe.
And I chopped down this tree with my new goddamn car. And then I think like not even a year later, probably like 9 months or something like that. Not 9 months. I would say about May 2017. Definitely. So it was like 60 months. Because it was like August or something, 2018. I got my second one, and then like, but yeah, dude, and it was just like I had to be really real. And I think what it was like I used to like kind of see this girl who like really wanted to be a mental health professional, and she really wanted to help me out, but like she was really enabling me. You know what I mean? Like I couldn't call it wasn't because I was the cause of any of my problems. It was because like, like this got you hard. Your mom's a bitch. It's fine. And I'm like, no. And I think what it was, and I'm not gonna sit here. And I guess like some people have to. A lot of people when they're addicts be like, yeah, no, like I'm right.
I can help you. I can save you.
I can save you. Don't stop. Yeah. The Rahal strikes
There's
again.
SLAA for that, by the way.
Right.
Sex and love addiction. Whoever you are out there.
I know,
leave
right?
Jamal alone.
Leave me alone. I got a girlfriend now. She wouldn't like me talking about this stuff.
No, sorry.
It's all good. So it was kind of like I didn't want to give myself the excuse that like, oh no, like I'm an addict. I'm not well. It's not my fault. That's what it felt like to me. And it's not that for other people. Some people say, I just can't because like, man, I don't know. One dude was telling a story. He's like, I'm the kind of dude to get drunk and burn your house down. I'm like, there's a lot of shit that goes into that before. Yeah, there's a lot of shit that goes into that before. Like, and for me, it was just like, dude, it's just not being real about my emotions and like hiding behind like all the other things and just like just not taking
It's a reality
not
check.
holding myself accountable and just being like, bro. And I'm not gonna sit there and be like, oh, it's cause of mean old booze that knocked. I'm a dick. I'm a douche. Yeah. I was so arrogant and I needed to be humbled. And I'm sitting there like handling problems in my life so wrong that I'm causing other problems. You know what I mean? It was like the initial things that weren't my fault. wore me down. Right. Like you can't control like how like your family beats you down and stuff like that emotionally and stuff. It's like so me not being able to acknowledge that or just ignoring it, just getting plastered and just ignoring like fuck it. I'm just gonna work and I'm just trying to do this and I'm trying to do that. I don't care. And then I don't know. It just really comes crashing into a tree and chopping it down.
Wow.
And then once I'm finally so I didn't want to give myself the excuse that it's like, oh yeah, it's because I'm sick, man. I'm I don't know, my brain.
Just can't help.
No, I can't.
Yeah.
I'm being a bitch, and I need to fucking, you know what I mean. I need to just pull myself up, and you know me, I'm a big old theater queer, so I'm not really this kind of aggro kind of dude to be like man up. But it's like at the end of the day, it's like, bro, I never knew you to be such a little bitch, Jamal. Like, what the hell is this shit? It's like, you know what I mean? Because it's like, and it's like, I'm not gonna sit here and say like, oh yeah, like I got these like, I like got into these like few things a few times. This is my life forever. I'm not gonna live my life by like the mistakes of my existence. Not justifying why I do stuff now, but
my ex-partner,
bro, I just fucking
looked at my rap sheet. Yeah. That's what ended our. I was like, really?
That's what that happens. I mean, bro. I mean, that's the thing. It's like, why are you gonna look at me for what I was? I mean, like, dude. I mean, like, take me as I am now. I'm tight.
You breastfed him until he was 4. That is why you're looking.
Jesus.
I had to say it.
Right. And yeah, but I don't know. It's just it's weird, and it's like just for me, and it's just like I said, not resting on my laurels, but it's like, dude, that's why like I take a little bit more time to be like, I don't want to go out tonight, or I want to be alone, or I need to. I'm giving myself the other parts, and you know what I mean, that I need, that don't involve like the solutions aren't just me staying at home and drinking and stuff or blah blah blah, you know.
Yeah.
And like just taking care of my health, sleeping more, and knowing when to just like tell people, hey, leave me alone, I need space, and knowing when I want to be around people, and knowing when to choose to open up, you know what I mean, and not being afraid. So it's like just that honesty and that transparency and that vulnerability and being okay with that.
And it's cool that comedy has given me that. Like,
I mean, I was doing comedy through all out that, but it helped me.
Yeah.
It was one of the pieces that helped me. And, you know, you have to be okay. It's kind of like this. It's like you ever just go somewhere, like you go hang out with a group of friends, like in a bad mood. Everyone's going to be like, what's wrong, man?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, well, you know, get yourself okay before you like try to put so much pressure on yourself to go out there and be social. You know what I mean? And I'm like, all right, cool. Just give myself some space and everything like that and just love myself a little bit more. And, yeah, I mean, haven't come close to doing anything, you know, just keep that going.
That's right.
But like I said, like me holding myself accountable is, the way I'm holding myself accountable is by not fucking up after saying, fuck, no, I didn't do the steps. Why the fuck would I do that? The fuck up out of here with that. You want me to read a book? No, that shit is gay. That shit on my face.
So
I have all the chips though.
You do?
I think they're in my backpack.
Oh man.
Connor gave me the genius idea. He was like, dude, he calls me randomly. Connor Stick calls me and he's just like, dude, I just got this idea. You still got your chips, right? I'm like, yeah. He's like, you should hang one over your mirror. So if you ever get pulled over, like, where are you heading from tonight? Oh, I'm just heading home from a meeting.
I picked up my chips, but it's not your chips.
Or something like this. And I'm just like, that's actually pretty fucking genius.
Already
you know what I mean?
trying to buck the system.
Right. No, but you know what's another thing? You know, come to think of it, it's like, hope it stays this way. But, you know, but I actually haven't been pulled over for anything since because I'm like, you know what? Let me not, and it was a matter of, let me not continue putting myself in situations where I know it can go south.
Right.
You know what I mean? Where I'm just like,
You
okay, like
trust
I
yourself.
did. Yeah. And I mean, like to trust yourself and to not trust yourself, to be like, okay, look,
Right,
it's like this.
right.
It's like, okay, I got done with the open mic. Wow, it's 10 o'clock. I don't have to stay and chill. I got to go. Like, you know what I mean? I don't have to stay and chill because I'm already pretty litty. And it's like, it can turn, but to tell yourself to go away, to like turn away. And then like, same thing with driving. It's like, I don't have to speed. I'm going to get there. Like, and that was the one thing I loved about, the one thing I liked about probation. I was going to say, loved it. No.
Yeah.
When I was driving around with a fucking breathalyzer or whatever, and I was just driving sober all the time, I was just like, there's a kind of a peace. Like, you know what I mean? I was like, I ain't got shit on me, bro. I ain't got shit on me, dog. Come and find me. Like, so it was just kind of like, it was like a piece. I'm like, oh yeah, well maybe if I didn't do things wrong, I wouldn't have things to worry about. You know what I mean? So that's why I drive in peace and stuff like that.
All the time.
Yeah, and then like I don't know, and like I'm not saying that like you need to do anything wrong for cops to fuck with you. I mean like fuck 12 all day every day. But you know what I mean? It's just like I just try to take those moments, you know, I used to have those moments where I'm like, maybe I should do this. And I'd be like, fuck it. And those were the fucking moments,
That's right.
bro. Every time.
That split second.
Those are the moments that are the reason why I get into the trouble I get or anything like that. And it's just like me to listen to that intuition and be like, you know, I don't have to like drink or do this or do that today. And it's just like, be honest with yourself like that. That's the way I'm trying to do it.
I haven't had a drink since 2008.
2000 when?
2008.
God damn, that's dope.
It's a long time.
That is a long fucking time. Jesus Christ.
I was a pillhead.
Really?
I relapsed on Adderall.
Really?
Yeah.
God. Adderall is crazy. Someone told me like they tried meth for the first time, like they like took like a few hits. I was like, what is it like? And they're like, it's a lot like Adderall. And I'm like, the rumors are true. That's dangerous.
And like, meth is really dangerous. Adderall's at least in my mind, it was sort of like a cleaner.
I mean, I've crushed it up and snorted it before.
Yeah,
that shit
I've totally
was tight.
done that. Yeah.
But I don't know. It's
Injected
just
a few
crazy.
different
It's just crazy how just like these chemical components, like same thing with opiates, like the pain pills, like how very close daily a lot of people are to meth and heroin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's the pharmaceutical industry and shit like that. That's why I'm always like, yeah, absolutely. If weed works for you, by all means, do all that. But
that's where it started. Wisdom teeth pulled.
Right.
Went down.
Right.
Or I had ADD and I was buying Ritalin from my, in freshman year in high school from my little friend with my lunch money. I remember I roofied myself. That was a good day. I was like, I want more of this. Like, people aren't supposed to roofie themselves, Rachel.
Right.
I like it.
They called me Roofie Rage for a
They
while.
did.
God, it took a while to get that
Turned
one
into
off.
Blowjob Betty. That's another story for another time.
Hell yeah. We're about to reach 30 minutes right now. We're gonna take a little break.
Okay.
3. We're all synced up. All right. So like I said earlier, like she's an amazing host. She was like, "What kind of Chinese food do you like?" And I don't know what it is about me. I just feel weird whenever people are like, hey, I'm getting food, I'll get you something. I'm just like, I feel bad. Because then they're like, what do you want? And it feels like when I'm like, well, I like this stuff. Even me being like, well, I like that. Feels like I'm being like, oh, we're getting stuff. I'm going to be demanding now. I don't know why it says that. It feels like that in my mind, but I'm weird. But I'm like, you know what? Sometimes people just want to be nice to you. And so we got, like, say, gave me a Red Bull, gave me a beer, gave me Chinese food. And like now, and like we have a fortune cookie here. And we're going to read our fortune cookies. Let's do this. I actually, you know, it's fun. I'm glad I want to do this on camera because I hate fortune cookies, like the plain vanilla, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So I just crush them and just pull my fortune out and then give it, and then get rid of it. Great things are made of little things. That's what mine says. Great things are made of little things. You hear that, America?
Great things are made of little things. Okay.
It's honestly, it's like enjoy the little things, man, because it's like, right. God damn, you can't be happy about the little stuff. You ain't gonna fucking appreciate the big stuff. Know what I mean? I like that. It's like driving in traffic and you're just hitting all the green lights. You're like, hell yeah, dog, we chilling. Or like my shuffled.
Not sawing down trees, Jamal.
Exactly. My shuffle's extra hitting that day, and it's like it's playing all my favorite. I mean, it's my music; they're all my favorite. But you know what I mean? It's like that. Enjoy the little things, people. Okay.
Mine is let the sun shine on your soul.
That's beautiful.
Isn't that beautiful?
God damn. Golden Bowl, you did it again.
That was great.
Absolutely. Oh my God. Are you a horoscope person?
I digress. I don't think so.
I mean, I like it like lightly. You know what I mean? Like I know I'm an Aquarius.
Sprinkle it on me because I'm a Leo.
Oh, we're actually like complete opposites. Oh, we're supposed to hate each other.
Really?
Yeah, Leos and Aquarius are complete opposites.
Huh?
Or like they're like one of those people who are complete opposites in the spectrum. But like I mean, my parents are that, and I mean like they waited until I was 26 to get divorced. So I'm like,
oh my gosh.
You know what I mean? So that's fine. Like, you know what I mean? That's what I think they can make it work. And then, but no, yeah. So like, but also it's like, I believe or not believe, but it's like, I'm into it enough to where I'm like, I don't know, like if I read every time I read a Aquarius description, I'm like, that's me, you know?
Oh yeah.
And then I tell people, they're like, what are you? And I'm like, I'm an Aquarius. They're like, that makes sense. But it's also, they say that when they're like, you have siblings? Are you the oldest? I'm like, I'm the middle child. And they're like, I get that. I mean, fuck all of you. Yeah, but Leo kind of makes sense because I mean, like, you know what I mean? You've gone through a lot, but then like you're real strong now. I mean, you know what I mean? So it's like usually you honestly like not in a bad way. Like usually I associate Leos, like every Leo I've ever met has always been a strong woman. So like that makes sense.
Yeah.
It goes with your personality. See, I know enough to be like, oh yeah, Leos in my experience have been bad bitches. They are crazy, but also love people like me. Like, you know.
Loyalty, yeah,
kitties.
I am a loyal one. Yeah. I just received a text from one of our fellow comedians. There's 3 people so far that have come to me and have gotten into the program.
Really?
Isn't that wild?
That's really cool. I mean, like, yeah, when I was going through it, some people did ask me for advice, and I would always just say, like, you know, I would always come from the thing of like, look, I did this lightly and it helped me out in this way. I'm just like, I always say, like, someone has asked me, like, they always ask me, do you recommend it? And I'm like, dude, if you're trying to figure some stuff out, maybe take a break on some stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can like take a break on a lot of vices, you know? Like think about what's making you feel bad right now.
That's right.
You know, it's kind of easy.
My wife? Well,
hold on. What things you doing? I ain't doing my wife, goddammit. That's what I'm mad about. It's like you got to focus. Focus, goddammit.
Make a meal. Meal prep that shit.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I don't know, and it's like I mean, like getting the light amounts of recovery, and then like when people ask me stuff like that, or I have a little bit of insight to help someone, it's the same. It's so cheesy and lame, but it's like I'm like that person. Mm-hmm. I am that person, and that's another part of like just my growth is just being able to acknowledge. It's like, you know, those people who are just like overly positive sometimes, and I just love telling everyone I love them and they're the best. And some people are like, that's a little much. I'm like, you know what? You're a little fucking much. Fuck you. Like, you know, it's like kind of like that. And no, so just to like go ahead and just like feel good about the cheesy things. But it's like I like that I got into recovery a little bit and I got to help people out and can it's the same reason why I like doing comedy and like just doing anything, because like I get happy when I watch comedy, listen to music, watch movies and stuff like that. I'd like to do that for somebody else. You know what I mean? It's like I'd like to be the good I want people to be onto me.
That's right.
I don't know. And then like I really, it's not super black and white, but I really, recovery kind of really helped me accept, you know what? At least a little bit, you do get back what you put in a little bit.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And in the littlest ways. And honestly, it's the small ways. You know what I mean? I'm not going to sit and be like, yeah, man, you donate $1 million, you're going to be a billionaire. No.
That's right.
But it's like those little things of just like just trying your best to be as nice as you can. And then like, and it's like, it doesn't matter what people you don't give a shit about say behind your back, because it's never going to matter. But it's like people you care about being like, oh, that guy's pretty cool. Or people you're like, I think that guy's nice. And they're like, I also think that guy's nice.
That's right.
Oh, Jamal, that guy's pretty nice. And I'm like, that means a lot. You know, it's like stuff like that. So it's like, enjoy the little things.
Enjoy the little things. That's right. Let the sun shine on my soul.
Mm-hmm. Let the sun shine on your soul, dog. God is good, ain't he?
That something's good out there.
For real. I just think it's like because God is the simplest way for me to be like, yeah, the universe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, I forgot who asked me. I think it was Ben Daniel. He was just like, are you like, do you believe in heaven? It's like, man, I'd like heaven to be real, but I am also like fearful of, I'm like super scared of my mortality, but I think it's also just an insecurity of like, I want to make sure I live enough and have a good enough life that I'm like, okay, cool.
Okay, I gotta do this one more thing.
Exactly. And it feels like there's never enough time. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, I haven't done skydiving. It's like, I don't know. I've done random things. I don't know. It's like I've been to Europe. Some people haven't done that. You know what I mean? I've been arrested in Mexico. A lot of people haven't done that. You know what I mean?
I was born there, evidently.
Oh my God, McMillen, Mexican McMillen. That's what we call you.
You're not supposed to do things that are bad for you. Good. I don't know. You know, I'm fucking it up.
Oh yeah.
So I found my birth family last year during COVID.
Really?
I have a sister. It's so wild. I just like woke up one day. I'm just gonna contact the agency.
Ooh.
Mexican
and you
immigrant
could do that.
dad.
You could do that at any time.
Please do not deport me. He said.
Right.
Yeah. And my mom died in a hotel with her belongings of alcoholism at 45.
Damn.
I was so excited to meet her, dude.
Damn.
I was so excited to meet her. And then I had surgery, which was a hard thing because I had an IUD embedded after I had my boys, and then I was like, fuck self-care and going to the doctor. So I had to get it surgically removed, and my partner was like, I gotta go. I was like, okay, cool. This is a real testament to my recovery. Am I going to stay sober through some of this shit? I was like, well, what else? Why would I? Yeah.
Got to ride through them lows like a motherfucker, bro.
Ride it. Like you said, to the insurance end. I put more insurance into my recovery to make sure. I feel like that's what got me to be able to go on stage and do comedy. So yeah.
You know, I remember I've said it before, but people when I would go to like certain like it's like I had this like 3-day a week, 3 hour thing, the outpatient thing. And once I finished that, I went to like a 1 hour, 1 day a week thing. You know, it was the aftercare thing. It was kind of like, all right, let's fuck with you for 12 more weeks. And then we'll like, and then we'll like let you go. And we're like, okay, fine. And I remember that they kept asking me, it's like, how come you don't have a sponsor? How come you don't have a sponsor? And I was like, well, the reason why I'm here in this extra outpatient stuff that wasn't a part of my probation was because I failed the drug test because I was smoking pot. And I wish I would have just done crack. But no, you know, actually, maybe once, but like because of that, since I goofed.
Always like meth is Adderall, right?
Right. No, and so like my deal was that like, okay, you have 2 DUIs, but since you got that second one so close to the first one,
I did. He is
jackass.
Justification. That's
they're like, if you finish your probation, we'll just knock that other guy off for you. And I'm like, tight. And I fucking failed the drug test, and I was like, I threw it all away. I threw everything away.
Sure.
Oh my god. And they're like, okay, look, you're fine. People have done worse things, but you're gonna have to do 48 hours in jail. And I'm like, I deserve it. It's fine.
Is that the longest you've ever done?
Yes, that is the longest.
I've done like 2 years collectively.
God.
Can you imagine?
So it's like collectively, I think like
13 flat, But all together,
if I had to put it all together, it'd probably be like a
orange
week and
is
some
the
change.
new black for me.
Right,
Rashida
clearly.
Jones over here, like, walking in like, and they were like, "What the hell are you doing here? And why do you have fake teeth? And what is going on?" And
right.
I was like, "I'm just like you. I am."
I think the only thing that helped me was just like my beard and resting bitch face. You know what I mean? So I could look at least tough for a little bit, but also, and so okay, usually it's you go in at Friday night, you're there all Saturday, and you leave Sunday afternoon. But I was like, I'm a bartender. Could I do Sunday, Monday, Tuesday? And they're like, yeah, fuck it. And I had to email for the Ruds thing to say I couldn't make it.
Oh my gosh.
You know, and then so I did Sunday night. I did all day Monday. I got out Tuesday afternoon. And I looked on my Facebook, and that Monday that I was in jail was the Monday Dave Chappelle decided to drop into Ruds.
Oh my God!
And so I was like, I'm tired of getting out. I'm tired of being in my way.
What a fuck!
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm tired of being in my way, being my own way. I'm not gonna keep myself from these opportunities anymore because I think doing this shit is more important. They're just like, that's fair.
That's
Everyone was always, that's fair. That's fair.
We believe you.
Yeah, it seems pretty fair.
Yeah.
Fucking pricks. But yeah. You know what I mean? I mean, just for real. I mean, that's my truth.
And my kids would come see me when I was in prison, and my dad would pull out, "What do you want, babe?" You know, and he didn't talk like that. He's very anyway. What do you want? I was like, "Well, Daddy, so give me Snickers and a Reese's," and I just push it across the table to the boys. Push it across. It was just God. It was such a weird time.
Feels like a different you.
Being in prison.
Yeah. God.
They're like, is it that bad? I'm like,
Of course it is.
have you, fuck your COVID. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it's the worst.
Hands behind your back in a line, and you're counted like sheep.
Yeah, you're a number. You're inmate, or you know what I mean? Convict.
When you pull up, they're like, this is going to be the worst experience of your life when you pull up and you see where you're about to go. And I was like, it
It's
can't
like,
be
you
that
think
bad.
you're here to be punished? You're here to suffer.
The like sniper guy, and you see it's all barbed wire. It's fucking crazy.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, definitely. Prison industrial complex is definitely slavery, but we'll get into that.
Right.
But,
No,
definitely,
yes,
most definitely, yeah. People are like, yeah, prison's not gonna be. Like, oh, it's that bad. It'll be that bad. I don't ever want to go, ever.
Yeah. Well, it's not that. I had a girl say, I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
I remember one dude. He's better now. I met him in my outpatient stuff. I think he's doing fine because I still see him on Facebook and Instagram and stuff.
Yeah.
So he seems good. Shouts out. I hope you're doing well. He'll know it's him when he if he ever hears this. But I remember like when we were in the outpatient thing, he was like, "Hey man, sometimes jail can feel like a vacation." I'm like, "Go fuck yourself. No fucking way. That's like a vacation. Vacation from what? I mean, I don't want to escape reality that goddamn bad."
I mean, there's sex offenders and murderers or whatever the case may be.
What is that?
Petty
Yeah.
crime, like drugs and stuff.
No. Vacation from what?
Yeah, exactly.
Like Jesus, dude. Like absolutely not. I don't know. And it was just so weird. Like I said, like I spent my whole goddamn like existence like just being a good kid and just like fucking 18 to 25 was just this weird fucking thing where I was just, and it was always for dumb shit, PI, 2 drinking and driving. It was just me being a drunk, dumb asshole. Always.
Hey, you want to know who I stole from?
Who?
The second, my Al-Anon sponsor. I was house sitting for my Al-Anon sponsor.
That is lit. That is so fucking funny.
And the first burglary was 2 20s and a 10 on this. It was the maids.
Jesus. Oh my God. Yeah. What did your Al-Anon sponsor do?
She was like, she was like very, very recovered in Al-Anon. So she was like, I want you to learn a lesson.
So she beat your ass?
So I took like her, in case she was just going through a divorce. So I took all her jewelry and I pawned it. Yeah.
That's so.
So Mr. Detective Bowtie comes around the corner because I call her up and I'm like, I owe you an amends. I know I'm going to jail. So I sit down in front of her and I said, look, what I did was wrong. She's like, you're a mother and you're very intelligent, but yeah you got to learn your lesson. And he said, Miss McMillen, do you know how long your rap sheet is? And I said, nice bow tie, buddy. There was the first time I went to jail. I was like, I'm going to get AIDS. Get me out of here. And then by like I can't count 18th time, I was just like, fuck you.
Right.
I've been here, done that. Fuck you. I know your game. I know where I'm going.
Right.
Get your little power trip. Put the handcuffs on. Fuck you.
Sniff my neck, you weirdo.
Yeah, that's right. Right. You want to see my underwear? Whatever the fuck. see me pop, squat.
Oh yeah, school. I remember like when my friends they're like, "Fuck, man!" Like when we were all like 18, 19. Like I had some friends just like they snuck into a pool and they got arrested for trespassing. Like, fuck, dude, they got us. They made me squat and cough.
Oh,
I'm like,
no, that's
that's what they do.
That's pretty funny.
It's what they do.
It's a good lesson.
It's a good lesson, dude. Yeah. Oh my God.
And the fighting's different. So when you're in the penitentiary, the people get in fights. They're not fighting because they're just like really angry and they want to pull hair. You're fighting for your life.
Absolutely.
So when I come out here and I hear girls are like, "Yeah, I'll beat that bitch's ass," I'm like, you have no fucking idea what you're talking about.
Right.
When you're talking about it,
mm-hmm.
That's number one. No.
Yeah.
If you're gonna fight,
we ain't
you
about
just
our bark.
do it.
We ain't about our bark, dude. We're biting out here.
That's it.
Hear me, bitch.
Well, you ever heard some girls like, "I'll fucking kick that girl's ass," and I'm like, "Fucking do it. Don't talk about it." My gangster comes out a little bit.
Right. No, absolutely, dude.
I've never been in a fight.
These motherfuckers never say that shit to my face. These motherfuckers never say that shit
they
to my face.
would never say that shit to my face.
But that's the thing. You can't help these motherfuckers. Some people want to be street hoodlums their whole lives. I'm kidding. I'm quoting a podcast, and
nice.
I'm just doing that for whenever a friend of mine listens to this. He's like, I can't believe you really snuck that into the natural conversation. Oh my God.
Yeah.
But yeah, like to just let's hit our vapes in solidarity. To never going back on the inside and only being about laughing. Cheers.
Cheers.
I love it. Well, McMillen.
Yes.
We've done a solid, I believe, hour and 15. Camera turned off a little bit ago. That's okay. Yeah, exactly. So like I said, this is gonna be out Thursday the 3rd. This is gonna be out Thursday the 3rd. So actually, I need a little moment. Guys, since this is gonna be out Thursday the 3rd, June 4th, I will be in Bryan, Texas, doing the Stand Up For Your City with Patrick Eady, Jesse Saldana, William Lynn Loden. Thank you, Alex and Cena. And then, what is it? This fucking thing is so hard to read. And then, June 11th, Friday, I will be in Galveston doing the Library Laugh show, Grace Kirk show with the great Zara Debji and Tim Williams. I'm not going to lie, dude. That one, when I see myself on that poster, I'm like, I don't fucking belong on here. And but I snuck my ass on there. Tuesday, June 15th. It's the return of our show, even though we've changed the name a billion times. The return of my bi-weekly show, Comedy Bathhouse. Come through to that. And then, yes, and then, of course, June 19th, we have the return of Look but Don't Touch. And that's going to be a great one. I love doing shows in art galleries. I'm not gonna lie. I have a great picture of me doing one of Bill Arning's shows at an art gallery, and it was like it was a gay art thing, and so there's just a picture of me on stage, like just like posing, and then there's just a little thing in the back. It's a kid with a black bar over his eyes, and the black bar says, "You little faggot." I love that. And so yeah, that's June 19th, and then what is it? June 29th, we're doing another, what is it fucking called? Comedy Bathhouse. Like I said, we changed the name so many goddamn times. Well, Rachael McMilen, where can they find you on the Instagram and the stuff like that?
Princess
Come on.
Pilot Priest.
Yes.
It's pretty extreme.
I like it. I enjoy it.
And then just my name, which is Rachael Faith McMillen on Facebook. Yeah. Follow me on Instagram, Princess Pilot Priest. And then I produce the show now called Look But Don't Touch. It's going to be monthly and indefinitely. And I'm really psyched about it.
Hell yeah, dude.
So
nice to see good people doing good things. This has been Covered All with JamalRahal. Y'all have a good one, y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you.